All right. And without further ado, hello. Hello. How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, tell us who you.
Against me?
No. It's just you, man. It's just you. Answer the questions. You get all the glory. Okay. If you want all the glory, you can have it.
I'll take it.
All right. Take the glory. So tell us like a little bit about what part of the trade are you in?
Residential, commercial, service install.
All right.
Pretty much anything.
I like it. All right, so you're going to be well suited for this game because I do the questions, and that's what I did. So that should be pretty close. All right, so did you hear the rules for the game?
If I answer one right, I can trade up or take prize.
That's right. Okay, so you got it. All right, so there'll be a list of questions here, and we're going to start by just playing for the very first prize, a couple bottles of Nylog thread sealant. We're going to start with that. Have you ever used Nylog?
I have.
All right, so do you like Nylog?
I do.
All right, so this is perfect. All right, so this is the first question. You have 3 lifelines. You can ask the chat, which I'm going to turn them off now, chat. Chat, sorry. I turned you guys off. Don't be sad. And then you have the pick 2. You can pick 2 answers instead of just 1. So you have twice the chance of winning. And as I try to talk through myself, turning the chat off. And it's going to take me a second and sound very slow. All right. So the chat will be off until he's done, unless he calls upon them. And then the third will be ask a home warranty technician. And home warranty technician. So he's not going to know the answer to it. Yeah. He can't even put the unit in upside down or right side up. Sorry. Yeah. All right. So we're going to say, you know what I'm saying. All right. So here's the first question, the easiest question. All right. So here we go. Here's the tense music. Let's see what you got. All right. Question number 1. My name is A, Zach. B, Jumping Jack Flash. C, The Mandalorian. Or D, HVAC or bust.
A, Zach.
Wow, man. Well, I don't know. I do love The Mandalorian, but it actually... Yeah, it's Zach. You're correct. You won some Nylog.
All right.
Oh, look, it's going to keep playing.
I'll trade up.
It's going to keep trading up for you, evidently. The sound just keeps on going.
Oh, right.
Well, there you go. You just traded up like 6 times. All right, so you won. You're going to trade up. You're going to be going for a Shop Talk shirt now.
All right.
You could be clothed in the finest blend of fabric that the store had when I purchased these, which is very nice, I'm sure. This is the second question. It's going to get a little bit harder. It's going to be a little bit tougher, but not too bad. You got 3 lifelines still. Let's see what we got here. Here we are. Question number 2. Residential HVAC system heating and cooling primary input voltage is typically A, 115 to 230 volts AC, B, 115 to 475 volts AC, C, 24 volts AC, D, 208, 230 volts AC. This goes for all heating and cooling in residential. I want to stress that. All heating and cooling.
As in indoor and outdoor?
That is correct.
The answer is A.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Well, actually, that's the right answer. That's exactly right. They said it twice, too. Look, oh, yeah, twice. So you won. You got yourself a shirt. Here's a picture of that sweet shirt again. But you could have all these stickers.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're heading for the ultimate prize eventually of getting to a combustion analyzer, which is like 500 shirts.
Oh, wow.
So if you translate the cost, I think that's about right.
Let's trade up.
Trading up. All right, let's trade up. We're going to go for the third question. They're going to step up and get medium easy now. We're going medium easy. So third question. Here we go. Which company makes Viper coil cleaners? A, New Calgon. B, Diversitech. C, Refrigeration Technologies. Or D, Supco. You got 3 lifelines. No reason to die on the third question.
It's C.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Well, actually, it's C, which is what you said. So you got it right. So you got yourself some sweet stickers. Was it stickers? Yes.
Yeah.
But you could have yourself an awesome flare sizing gauge. Do you make the flares?
I'll
Do you
trade
flare?
up.
You gonna trade up and get it? All right, let's get that flare gauge, which is the sexiest prize we've ever given away here on Shop Talk. And we're gonna step up the music to slightly faster to put some tension on it. Question number 4. Here we go. An AC condenser coil can also be called A or an A, de-superheater, B, evaporator, C, bypass, D, metering device. An AC condenser coil. It can also be called which one?
We're not talking about a heat pump here, are we?
We're talking about in air conditioning.
Okay.
What are you thinking when you look at it? Which one?
A.
I think it's a de-superheater. Okay. Is that your final answer? You feeling very confident?
If we're not talking about a heat pump.
We're just talking about air conditioning. No heat,
right,
just
A.
air conditioning.
A.
All right. He says A, de-superheater. Well, we know it subcools, which is essentially taking, well, it starts out superheated, right? So, you know, it's a de-superheater. That's exactly right. So you got 4 in a row. You got this sweet flare gauge. Wow. And we suggest only using it for flaring because we know how some of you people are out there. It's a flare gauge. And if you use it for something else, you shouldn't be touting that anyway. So you could have this sweet Makita tool bag. Wow. Wow.
That's really nice.
I don't know if that's a lateral move or what.
I'll trade up.
I'll trade up. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw in the flare gauge too if you get this right. So, you know, there's no harm, no foul. Let's trade up. And here we are. We're going to question number 5, I believe we were on, for this sweet bag. And what's more, a flare gauge as well. What is the name of this part pictured on the screen? What is the name of this part? If you have a small phone, I'm sorry. Is it A, an oil primary, B, an ignition transformer, C, a blast cylinder, or D, a cowl rod control? What is the name of that part? You feeling good about this? You want to ask some chat people? They don't know anything.
I mean, I know it's either an oil primary or an ignition transformer for an oil furnace, but I don't work on them that much.
So what do you think? You want to pick 2? You can pick 2 right answers, and that's you think it's one of the 2.
All right.
So.
Yeah, I know it's one of them.
Is that what you want to do?
Is that? Do I get all of the?
Oh yeah, it's just like you got. If pick 2, all it is you get to pick 2 different right answers. If either one of them is right, you get that question right.
But I still retain the other 2 helping things?
You do.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it that way.
So you think it's either A, oil primary, or B, ignition transformer. Well, I will tell you that you are, in fact, right on the money because it is an oil primary. And that's what it is. You're right on the money there. If you work on oil, sorry about all the stinking clothes, but that's what you might see out there. Now, you can keep those prizes. Good that they are. Or you can step it up to a Beckett shirt. Now, these are polos. These are noticeably nicer than the shirts that I offer people. So, I mean, it's a nice shirt. I don't know if you golf. You can golf with this shirt, too.
Let's go for it.
All right. You're going to trade up. That's good. All right. No one ever stops. That's good. Don't be like everybody else. That's good. All right. So, here we are. We're getting to a little bit more difficult questions. We're going to step up now to just another level here. Level Delta is what I'm going to call it here, spur of the moment. Here we are. Which HVAC manufacturer is most known for their exterior wall-mounted packaged ACs and heat pumps? A, Train or Tranier in France. B, Tensor. C, Bard. D, Williamson.
I'll be C, Bard.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I'll be daggone. You're just a smart guy. Yep, you got it right. Tensor was something I made up on the spot. And I'm glad you didn't guess that. That would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, good job.
I think maybe that was spell check from Renzor. I'm thinking maybe that was what it was. I don't know. But you can get all of these Appian stickers. Look at that. That's a lot of stickers right there. Plus, I'll give you the shirt too. You want to keep going?
That's too cool. Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. All right. Sounds good to me. They're trading up. And what we have now is we have an even higher level of difficulty, which I like to call ultra level, or mega ultra, maybe. Here we go. What is the purpose of this part pictured on the screen? A, defrost control. B, ice bin monitor. C, blower control. Or D, condenser fan temperature stager. What do you see when you look at that part?
Like the entire board, or just that little resistor?
The entire board. The purpose of the entire board. Well, what are you thinking when you see it? You see a lot of things on there.
It's a blower control.
Now you're pretty confident about that. You squinted a lot, probably because it's really tiny on your phone.
I looked at it on my phone, so it's only like a third of your screen. It's a blower control.
And that's your final answer, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Well, it's a blower control. That's the ICM 255, I think is what that is. And, wow.
I throw those things in the trash.
You throw those things in the trash. On top of the Goodman control boards for the blower that got blown up, like the relay blew up and shot outside.
Like those little train 9340 relays with the little board stuck on the...
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
And throw them in the trash and wire it straight to the...
That's right. Well, like that delay, that's not going to change anybody's life.
No.
Okay. No. It's like, what was the other thing? Like the little, like sequencer looking relays that Goodman used for a delay, and it would delay the start and stop of the blower. So the coil would get cold and air conditioning. You should just take those out and throw them in the garbage right away. Just a brand new unit. They should have done that.
Yeah.
Bad
Something
stuff.
else to break.
Absolutely. And that one will break for sure, is what I learned. So let's see, where were we at here? Are we on? Oh man, that's a Testo. It's Testo. Now, I want to qualify this. You're like, man, what kind of cool Testo tool is this? This is a light meter. It's a light meter.
Like a 5. Oh, it's a light meter.
It's a light meter. And the reason why this is on this show is because our show's budget is limited, and I already had this meter.
Hey, that's
and I've never used it but like once. So there you go.
A light meter. What kind of light?
It measures light output in lux. So, you know what? And because of how weird that crap is, I will also include the stickers only because that then ties the prize back to HVAC in some way.
All right, let's go.
All right. That's the spirit. Okay. What are you going to use your new light meter for? Go ahead and start thinking about that.
No idea.
All right. Here we're stepping up the difficulty here to Omega Alpha level, I think is where we're at now.
All right.
No, that was last year. Here we go. The Emerson Sensi Predict is a thermostat, B, system monitor, about to say Sensi monitor, C, IFC, D, defrost control.
It's a B, system monitor.
Man, you didn't waste any time.
No.
And that's pretty confident for a reason because, that's what it is. Absolutely. Man, you wasted that question. That was too easy. We need to give you harder ones, man.
I'll make them a little harder.
Hey, you might get what you wish for here with the last question. I don't remember what I chose.
About oil.
Yeah, but you got the oil one right, though. You got the oil one right, which is good.
But I needed some help.
So you got that light meter, which you're going to use all the time. I mean, you're going to be slinging that thing all the time. So customers like, I know the AC doesn't work, but what kind of lux do I have in here? So you could win an Appian shirt, and that little squishy looking bag right there is that little putty that you seal up the air handler cracks and holes with. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
And
thumb gum.
Thumb gum. That's right. Thumb gum. And I'll throw this Appian prize in with it because the shirt's Appian, so let's keep them together. Stay together for the kids here. And
let's go.
All right. It's enticing enough. Good. Here we are. We're going to go to the next level here. We got the super fast music now. It's coming. Wait. There it goes. All right. So, is this the final question? I don't think so.
It's number 9.
Yep, you're almost there. So, we have this question. Now, pay attention because you're going to see a picture too. This series of components in a gas furnace is called A, the gas block, B, the gas chain, C, the furnace manifold, or the D, gas component train. This is the picture. Now, I don't know, old furnaces you see, this one be real old.
Yeah.
So, do you know what that part is?
That's a gas component train.
Gas component train. And you're supremely confident about that?
I am, yeah. I mean, I've always called it a gas train, so if it's called something else, then I've been wrong.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
Well, now you're making me nervous because
oh no,
gas chain. That's what I've always called it. I looked that up too. I wanted to make sure it wasn't gas train, but I bet there's at least one person in the chat that says I call it a gas train. But
I've always called it a gas train. That's
interesting. I got it from Gray Furnace Man, so I figured it must be right.
It might be right, unless he mispronounced it.
Unless he that would be something. He really cost us big if he mispronounced it. But of course, as with any question on this show, if you find out later that I screwed up, it's happened a couple times. Just let me know. I'll give you the prize anyway. Or you can come back and complete the game. I didn't even get
to use my phone a friend.
No, you didn't. You could have used it right there.
I could have. I was pretty confident there, though.
How would you like to try the final question just for kicks?
Let's go for it.
Just for kicks. Okay. I'm going to give you some sort of prize anyway. But if you get this right, I mean, get something nicer. Let's say that. Put a little bit of weight on it. Here we go. Final question. Why is the core of a transformer made of laminated iron sheets? A, for grounding. B, to aid reducing voltage. C, to reduce eddy currents. D, for cost saving. I bet the home warranty tech knows this one.
He probably does.
I see him smiling down there. I don't know if he's smiling because he's glad he's not answering it or because he knows the answer. I'm going to bring the chat in too. So just kind of think about it for a second. I want to see what they say.
All right.
They probably say, it's a gas train. That'd be the first thing they say. Now they're saying, even though if it's wrong, they'll still say it just to mess with me.
Right.
Well, let's see. What do you think?
I'm thinking B or C.
So B or C, to aid reducing voltage, or C, to reduce eddy currents.
Yeah.
So what's the logic? What logic are you using? Because the transformer reduces voltage?
I don't think it's for grounding, just because that would not be a good thing for a transformer.
Well, if it's for cost saving, the home warranty tech will know, because it's cost saving.
Laminated.
Let's get a kick out of that.
I guess they could use some.
They can chat now.
Something they wouldn't use iron sheets; they'd use plastic.
Yeah, they use the iron, but why don't they use a block of iron instead of iron? Why don't they use a block of iron instead of just making sheets? Wouldn't it be easier to make a block of iron?
I guess. I'm not really sure.
So, what's your best guess?
I'm gonna say C.
All right, you say C, to reduce eddy currents. So if you would have gotten the 9th question right, you would have heard this answering that. Oh, yeah! That's exactly what it is. You would have had a brand new combustion analyzer. It's best not to think about what might have been.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a Bacharach anyway, so.
Oh, man.
Big deal.
That's good. That's a nice one. Bacharach makes some good stuff. So it would be just like, you'd have to just store it in the corner of the van. Like, I won this on.
I'd probably give it to somebody else.
Probably. You know what I'm thinking? Do what the other guys on the show do. Sell that bad boy. Hey, it's yours to do with whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, it was eddy currents. Whenever the transformer, when they wrap those wires around that iron, it induces voltage in the actual iron. So to laminate the sheets means it'll separate it so there's not as many of those currents inside the iron. That's what it's for. I learned that on the internet.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. I didn't know that while I was in the field. I can tell you that much. It wouldn't have come into play anyway, so it doesn't matter. What's your first name, if you don't mind?
Jason.
Jason, thank you for playing. You can come back next week and play. And play as many times as you want. You were the only one. Actually, some other guy popped up, but he disappeared. But feel free to come back and play. We have a lot of fun, and we'll give you stuff. So if you email me, Make sure you
I
email
enjoy
me.
the show.
Oh, I appreciate that. So how long have you been watching the show out of curiosity?
On and off for, I don't know, probably a year or so.
Cool. Well, I appreciate that. HVAC Shop Talk at gmail.com. Send me an email with your address. I'll send you something. Okay.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate
Yeah,
playing.
sir.